games to go, and the Pirates tied with the St. Louis Cardinals for first place in the National League East. And I mentioned, too, that the Western Division, Los Angeles, a 2-game lead over Cincinnati. American League this afternoon, Baltimore clinched a tie for the Eastern Division title. They beat Detroit. The Tigers, I don't think, have won a ball game in some long period of time, and Baltimore has taken advantage of them consistently here the last couple of weeks. They picked up their 90th win this afternoon as they won 7-6 over Detroit, and they have clinched now a tie. The Yankees just have to hope that possibly Baltimore can lose a game, their final game of the season tomorrow. The Yankees are playing tonight in Milwaukee, and they have to win both of theirs and hope somehow that Baltimore will lose one. They're in the same situation that the Cincinnati Reds are in the Western Division of the National League. Dodgers were beaten last night 4-1 by Larry Dierker. They're sending their ace tonight, Don Sutton, against, I think, Dave Roberts will be starting for the Houston Astros. We'll keep you up to date on those two ball games, the Yankees, Milwaukee ball game, the Dodgers, and Houston, and also the other ball game, of course, up in Montreal. Reds are playing at Atlanta tonight, too, and we'll also keep you up to date on that one. Well, coolish temperatures, but a hot pennant race, and to bring it to you, once again, here's the voice of the Pirates, the gunner, Bob Prince.
Thank you very much, Nellie King. Well, this is the night I think we got our best shot. Don't ask me why I think that, Nell, but I got to believe we win tonight. We got a great chance to gain one game because I think in the bitter cold of Montreal and the way it's going, this is our best shot. So let's take advantage of it.
Well, let's get some pitching from Jerry here tonight.
Correct. And Monday takes it low and away, ball one. He's batting at .292, 20 homers and 58 runs batted in. You never know. But just on form alone, Monday swing, this looks like the night that we could do it. We could win this one with Royce. If form holds, Royce should beat Tom DeTore, but that's if form holds. Don't think Tom DeTore can't beat you because he can.
That's the same thing about Bob Appodaca.
Yeah, we sure did. Here's the 1-1, and we certainly knocked Bonham around last night. I mean, I thought we killed him. We just line drives all over the place, like pop-ups and ground balls. That's the charm of the game. 2-1 pitch, down there for a strike.
Willie Stargell had some very complimentary things to say about Bill Bonham. He said he's a whale of a pitcher. Much better now than he was earlier this season. Has a great changeup. He's throwing a palm ball. That's what that off-speed pitch was.
Well, I'm glad to find out what it was. I'll tell you, I'd love to have him on my staff, and I'm sure you'll concur in that. 2-2 to Monday. Struck him out. Went down swinging. So the batter now is going to be the shortstop, Kessinger. You also have to figure if form is holding that the older Bob Gibson in this kind of cold weather in Montreal would have more trouble against Mike Therese. So if we're saying if form were to hold, you would figure we could come out of here tonight with a game lead. Now let's see how it does work out. Kessinger grounds off the side. Over goes Stennett, throws him out. Nice play. He'll bring up the left fielder, Cardinal.
He makes that look like a routine play anymore. That's a lot of territory to cover over there, and everybody thinks, well, you don't get any bad hops, which may be true, too, but the ball gets through quicker.
Well, I got to say, in the last month and a half, Stennett is the best ball player I've looked at in a long time. I mean, anywhere around. Cardinal at 293. Strike is called. Boy, if form always held, there'd be a lot of millionaires in the world. Here's the 0-1. There's enough now, but there'd be a lot more.
You'd be one of them?
I'd be trying, Nellie. I'd be trying, buddy, with you. Cardinal batting at 293. Foul back. I'll say best wishes to Walter Smolinski, who's in Braddock Hospital. Hope you're up and around again soon, Walter.
Say hello to Tom McIver, too, will you?
Yes, sir. Tom, how are you? Tom McIver.
Good Pirates fan.
Where's he?
Out in Scott Township.
Scott Township. Ball outside, 2-2. Ooh, pretty close. Ball, 3, strike 2 pitch to Cardinal. Fouled him back.
Nothing much said about umpires in big ball games like this, but they've got a lot of pressure on them to perform at their best. They always do. But to call a good ball game, it means so much. One call can turn a game around sometimes.
3-2 pitch. Fly ball. No. Popped up. Short side of the diamond. It was going to be Hebner in foul territory, and he got it. We go to the bottom of the first. No score. All right, it'll be Tom Vittori with a 3-5 mark. And Swisher behind the plate. Madlock, Kessinger, Sperring, and Fanzone the infield. Cardinal, Mundy, and Morales the outfield. Rennie Stennett, the second baseman at 292, will be leading us off. You got a shock of my life. I was driving home last night. Tuned into our flagship station. And I was searching, looking around for the St. Louis Cardinal Montreal game on KMOX and found out KDK was carrying it.
Not a bad idea?
No, it's a good idea. Wish they'd let us know. We could plug it a little more. After all, it was your idea and my idea to do things like that. Ball inside the Senate. We've only been doing it for years. Just let us know when you're doing it. That pitch, I think that had a message on it. It went right down inside, very much in and around the ankles. Here's the 1-0. And it's hit off the right side. Over goes second baseman Sperring. He throws him out. Tell you one thing about Tom Vittori, and Nellie and I know him pretty well. He ain't going to back off from anybody, is he now?
No, I think he showed that to the Cardinals. He beat them one ball game. They got in a little bit of a throwing contest. He let them know he was around out there.
Yes, he did.
Tom's a good athlete, and I think, can be a good pitcher up here. He just had to get his feet on the ground a bit. He's had the opportunity here for a couple of starts.
He married an airline stewardess, didn't he?
That's right.
Beautiful young lady. And I'm kind of sorry that he's out of our organization, but we wish him well. He's had a slider and everything. He's quite a young man. Here's Hebner now at 296, one out and on. Outside for a ball.
He will not have too many strikeouts, though. He's not that type of pitcher. But he shouldn't walk too many if he's pitching his game.
Ball 1 and no strikes to Hebner. There's a breaking ball, 1-1. We'll send get well wishes along to Frank Sonnett, 81 years young, in Allegheny General Hospital. Ball outside. There's a ball hit down into shallow right center. Mundy comes up. 2 down to Oliver, batting at 319, has 194 hits. Ball 1 down, 2 down, no score. First inning. Tom Vittori delivers, and it's beat Weekly off first. 1-1. Well, if we're up in a dead tie with the Cardinals, why, we'll be here Thursday at 1 o'clock. Gibson and Therese tonight in Montreal. They'll get underway in a little while. 1-1, swing and a miss, 1-2. Cincinnati's in Atlanta with Billingham and Capra. No score into the bottom of the first. The Dodgers are in Houston, where they were beaten last night 4-1. 2-game spread. Ball hit out the left line deep. Cardinal running over quickly toward the line will grab it in foul territory, and that will retire the side. So at the end of one, there is no score.
The Cubs in the second inning will send up Bill Madlock, Jerry Morales, and Carmen Fanzone. Fanzone playing first base tonight. In case you're wondering what happened to Andy Thornton. Andre Thornton, actually his name, but he's from Westchester, Pennsylvania. Good young ball player for the Cubs. He injured his hand in a fight out in St. Louis. He broke a finger punching at somebody out there, and that's a brawl they had last Sunday. And he has gone home for the season. But that's the reason Fanzone is playing at first base, and not Thornton against the left-handed pitching of Jerry Rice. Bob?
Okie dokie. We go now to Bill Madlock at third base. Batting at .315, 9 homers and 52 runs batted in. Foul back on a check swing. Baltimore struggled by Detroit 7-6. Foul back on a high curve. New York's at Milwaukee, where they got to win. They got to win both games tonight and tomorrow and hope that Baltimore loses somehow or other. Northrop is doing a job now. 0-2 the count here to Madlock. Outfield around to the left. Curveball hit foul past Jim Marshall, coaching at third. Happy birthday to Melvin Jones, or Johns of Wellsboro, Pennsylvania, and Anna Smith of Clymer, Pennsylvania. And this is Thomas Lowney of Emworth, and the W.C. Schlatter of Greensburg, 84 years young today. 50th wedding anniversary greetings from Nellie Mead and Mr. and Mrs. Joseph Cushion of Swissvale. The 0-2 to Madlock. Inside, he skipped rope. And we'll send get well wishes along to Gabe D'Amico, Ralph D'Amico, and to Ethel Lapata, or Lapata, Northfield Pasadena Hospital, to Howard Hartman of Allegheny General, and to Ralph Connor, home from Allegheny General, recovering from surgery. Foul back. Suppose I could get Doc Feingold or somebody to devise a oxygen tent I could put over my head and just walk around with walking pneumonia and still breathe, Nellie. Whoop, what'd he do with that one? Foul high, no, ball one, strike two.
I don't know, but if you did, you'd draw a crowd, I'm sure.
I think I would.
Don't smoke around you.
I remember one time Mr. Rickey went to smoke. He was in an oxygen tent, and they got it out of him, got the match away from him just in time. 2-2. Foul back. Well, the young man over there finally got a ball with that hockey crease, or that lacrosse crease. That's the first one he's gotten the whole time he's been out here.
A little perseverance?
Yep.
You'll make it.
2 balls, 2 strikes to Madlock, and no score. And he pops up off the bat handle, going back to Tavares and Stennett. Stennett will take it. Right fielder Morales at 272, 15 homers, 81 runs batted in. You know, I never could figure out, Nellie, why they're making such a big fuss over the fact that Richie Zisk wasn't in the locker room. He did his thing. He's done with it. Wasn't there more to talk about the fact we won the game and we're fighting for the pennant than whether or not Richie Zisk stayed around to answer a question?
I'd have to agree with you. I thought his triple was more important.
I did, too.
I guess they wanted to talk to him. All he's going to tell you, hit a fastball over his head. That's about it. Or change-up, I guess it was.
Well, whatever. He did his thing, and he finally got dressed and went home.
Bruce Keeson was worth talking to, probably.
I would have to think so. 1-0. Morales fouls back out of play. Now they're worrying about whether you got enough booze in the press box. Holy Toledo. What the heck do you have to do around here to just talk about the game? 1 ball, 1 strike. Oh, baby. Hit into the gap in left center field. And they got us in some trouble. The ball gets around now. Coming is Morales for third. The throw by Tavares on the relay is not in time. He's got a triple. The batter now fan zone at 185. We're playing back. Foul back. Jerry Morales, who got a triple in the left center. I didn't like the way we played that ball once it got through, but I think what happened was we had converging outfielders and it got through and we weren't able to back him up. That's going to score a run on a fly ball to dead center. Al Oliver is going to get it, and Morales can walk home. 1-0 Cubs. The ball's hitting the gap. One's got to go toward the ball, and the other's got to come in behind.
I think they played the ball well enough. They just didn't come up with it. They should have. That ball should have been a double. I agree with you. There's no way it should have been a triple.
Here's Swisher now at 2-1-8. Foul back. Well, we'll get more in the run. But like last night, we start them off with a point. They're playing Steve DePaul. He beats a foul off third. Royce looks sharp tonight.
Take 2 games away from his season, and he's had a whale of a year. One game against the Cubs, the first game he pitched against them, losing 19-8. He gave up 10 runs in 2 innings, the other one in Philadelphia.
Good night. He lit up the lights on Broadway on Swisher. Second strikeout. They get a run on the triple and the sacrifice fly. Go to the bottom of the second. We're trailing 0-1. Knocked out of the box because Bourbon was on in the first with Atlanta batting. If the Reds lose, it's all over. The Dodgers can play Houston tiddlywinks. Here's Willie Stargell at 3:05. And down low is Tom DeTore. Cubs leading 1-0 here in the bottom of the second. Stargell fouls it straight back. Look out, Rich. One ball, one strike. Missed outside, 2-1. Two-one pitch. Ball 3 outside. Stargell, Sisk, and Sanguin. DeTore really working quickly tonight on the 3-1. Curveball inside, he walks him. Here's Richie Zisk, whose triple last night won the ball game. He's batting at 3-1-3, 17 homers, 100 runs batted in. I'll remind you, when this game is over, stay right with us because you'll hear live from Montreal, Jack Buck and Mike Shannon. Royce gets a little bloop in the shallow center. Rick Mundy coming hard is going to run it down, and Stargell will get back. One out to Sanguillen, batting at 282. Cubs lead 1-0. Sends a slider, called strike. Stargell at first, one out. 0-1 pitch. Inside, we'll pause for station identification, Pirate Baseball Network.
All the good sports are on Pirate Pittsburgh.
Sidearm curveball, swing and a miss by Sanguillen. A ball and 2 strikes, 1 out, 1 on, 1-0 Chicago, bottom of the second inning. Tom DeTore. Atlanta picked up 3 on the Reds, lead 3-0 into 1. Curve is low, changed up on it, 2-2. Sanguillen becomes a strikeout victim. Went on a sidearm curveball. Brings up Eddie Kirkpatrick at 249. 6 homers, 36 runs batted in. The Cubs lead 1-0. Just tuning in, they scored with 1 out. Morales tripled. Spanzone brought him in on a sacrifice fly to deep center. Now they're pinching the outfielders on Monday. That is, Morales and Cardinal are coming in on him, giving him both lines. Curve, strike call. Kessinger moves over a little bit towards second base. Ball outside, fastball, 1-1. In the event of a tie, we'll play Thursday with the Cardinals at 1 o'clock right here. Ball 1, strike 1. Foul tip, strike 2. Madlock, Kessinger, Sperring, and Fanzone, the Cub infield. Cardinal, Mundy, and Morales, the outfield. DeTore and Swisher, the battery. Ball 1 and strike 2. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Weekly bounced down toward second baseman. Sperring, Fanzone for the out to retire the side. End of 2 innings, 1-0 Chicago.
The third inning for Chicago, it'll be Rob Sperring, the second baseman, number 8 hitter in the lineup, then Tom DeTore, and leadoff batter Rick Mundy. Gary Royce gave up a run in the second inning. Could very well have been an unearned run. The ball was hit into the gap, and Stargell and Oliver made the play on the ball. It didn't get through them, but it went off somebody's glove. It should have been a double, but he came to third on the play. A triple roll, and a sacrifice fly got them in. That's been their only run, and it's been the only run of the ball game. Sperring, a right-handed hitter, batting at 196. 1 home run. He's driven in 4. Started out as a shortstop. They've moved him to second base. Cubs looking for a second baseman. Vic Harris is supposed to fill that role, but came over from Texas. Swinging and a miss, strike 1. Hit fastball by Royce, moved away. The 0-1 pitch by Jerry. Swing and a miss, strike 2. And again, the fastball, he had it by him. Joe McDonnell has taken over as general manager of the Mets as Bob Sheffing retiring. No surprise there. Count of 0-2 on Royce. Fastball fouled out of play. Jerry on top of Bob Sperry with an 0-2 count. Leadoff batter here in the third. Pirates playing this fella straight away in the outfield. The pitch, hard shot to second base. Stennett to his right. A good play by Rennie. He got him at first. That's a tough play. Going to his right. The ball almost got through there, but Rennie got to it in time. That's his third play of the night. Well, he made 2 errors in one ball game out in St. Louis. That wild contest. The first one actually could have been called a base hit, but the legitimate error occurred in the 10th inning when the Cardinals won it. Tom DeTore, left-handed hitter against the left-hander Royce. The fastball in at the knees, but too low, says Crawford. Ball 1. Tom started out as a catcher in the Pirate organization in 1968, went to pitching in 69. Hits one foul into the crowd off the third base side, and a count of 1-1. Oliver in center field, shading into left center on DeTore. Curveball hit right to second base. Stennett got it. A great jumping play by Rennie. Ronaldo Antonio Stennett doing his thing here tonight. It's his second or third good play of the night already, only into the third inning. Royce that time hung a curveball on DeTore and almost got himself a base hit. And if it got in there, it would have been in the gap in the right center field for extra. Reds are out in the second inning. Atlanta got 3 in the first inning. They lead the Reds 3-0 behind Buzz Capra. Billingham knocked out in the first. Bourbon is on for Cincinnati. Rick Mundy struck out to open the ball game. He's in there again. Takes a fastball down low. Ball 1. Well, they should be underway up in Montreal. 8:05 starting time. Gibson against Mike Torres. Cubs lead here 1-0 into the third inning. Fly ball, left center field, tough play. Oliver drifting back on the warning track going. He got it. Great running grab by Al right at the wall into left center field. Mundy got just about all of that he wanted to get. And Oliver with a great jump on the ball ran it down at the wall in left center field. No runs, no hits, a couple of well-hit balls, no errors, nobody left. Well, we go to the bottom of the third, and the Cubs are out in front 1-0. Pirates at the bottom of their lineup. Tavares, Royce, and then leadoff batter Rennie Stennett to go against Tom DeTore, who has shut the door in the first 2 innings. They've only had 1 walk before Tavares comes up. Let's pause 20 seconds for our local station.
The Pirates have put in a great season, and the Bucks have brought it down to the wire. Now let's show the Bucks we're with them all the way to the playoffs, to the series, too. After all, KDKA thinks Pirate baseball is a serious business.
Frank Tavares leads off the third, swings and misses on a curveball, strike 1. DeTore, more of a sidearm, 3/4 sidearm pitcher, can be tough on right-handed hitters. The left-handers have got to start doing something against this guy. He's taking care of Hebner, Oliver Stargell, and Kirkpatrick. The first time around, walk Willie. Tavares bunts, and he hit him as he went out of the batter's box, and he is out. The put out going to the catcher, Steve Switcher. Catcher gets the put out, unassisted, and that'll bring up Jerry Royce. Yeah, worth a try by Tavares, dejectedly throwing his batting helmet away as he goes back to the dugout. Jerry has 13 hits in 84 at-bats, hitting at 155. No home runs. He's driven in 4. Outfield. Unusually deep in center field for Rick Mundy. Fastball bounced up the middle and picked off by Sparing. Throws, and he got it. Good play by Rob Sparing. Going to his right and jumping up in the air to get something on the ball. Threw low, but it was picked off by Fanzone on a low throw, and the Pirates 2 down very quickly in the third inning. Still haven't had a hit off Tom DeTore. DeTore, I guess, would like to be the spoiler here. pitched in the Pirate organization, was up last year, sent back down, was with the ball club in spring training, but then we lost him. We, however, picked up a guy named Paul Popovich. He was the guy we gave up for Paul Popovich. Rennie standing up for a second time, swings and misses on what looked like a breaking ball away, strike one. Vittori against the Cardinals in the last two series they had in St. Louis and in Chicago was 1-1. He beat them in that high-scoring game, something like 19-4, I believe the score was. He was the winner in that one, but was a loser the last time out. The Cardinals beating him 10-4 in St. Louis. Or in Chicago, rather. Two down, 1-0 lead for Chicago. Buck third, the pitch to Rennie. Swings on a curveball in the dirt, strike two. That might have been his forkball. An off-speed pitch, and more likely that's what it was. The 0-2 pitch, swing and a foul, back out of play, came in tight with a fastball. Stanton with 194 hits, his best season in the major leagues and in baseball. Has scored 84 runs, driven in 56. And his 194 hits, the most of any Pirate second baseman in history. The 0-2 pitch by Vittori, foul, back out of play. Count holding. Rennie's only 23 years of age. Atlanta gets another run in the second inning. Off Bourbon, they lead the Reds 4-0. The Reds have to win, and the Dodgers have to lose for that thing to go any farther. Not a bad race down to the second last game of the season. Fastball up high, and the count of a ball and 2 strikes on Rennie. Vittori peering in for the sign from Swisher, taking too much time, and Stennett asking for it, steps out. Gets time from Crawford. Back in again. The windup on the 1-2 delivery, fouled again, back out of play. National League has been blessed with some outstanding races ever since divisional play. The Mets with that great season in 1969. Captivating everybody, and again last year with a wild finish that had 5 teams into the race the final weekend of the season. The only easy race was the Pirates' win in 1972. The 1-2 pitch swings and misses. Did he go around? They said he did. Stennett chased the pitch a good 1.5 2 feet outside. He tried to leave it, but a wide curveball strikes out Stennett. Pirates fail to get a base hit over the front 3 against Vittori, and we have completed 3. The Cubs lead 1-0. Don Kessinger leads off the 4th inning. He bounced out to Stennett in the 1st inning. Rennie going way into the hole to his left to take a possible base hit away from Don. Cardinal will follow him, and Bill Madlock. 2, 3, and 4 hitters. The Cubs lead 1-0, top the 4th. Here's the pitch by Jerry, and it's in there, taking strike 1. Kessinger, a switch hitter. He was a right-handed batter, but didn't hit too well. Went to switch hitting, and he made himself an all-star shortstop. Foul, back out of play, strike 2. He and Billy Williams, the only 2 veterans remaining from that 1969 ball club. Everybody talks about the Cubs blowing it that year, but the Mets just played unreal baseball the last 5 or 6 weeks of the season. The Cubs played over 500. The 0-2 pitch, fastball up high, and the count of 1-2. The 1-2 pitch by Jerry. Ground ball to third. Hebner off his glove. Bobbles it, and no play, and that'll be an error, I'm sure. That's an error charge for Richie Hebner. Richie having a rough year with the glove. That's his 27th error. A couple of years ago, he made only 12 and tied a record, a club record set by Don Hope for third baseman. Cardinal, the batter, with a runner at first base in Kessinger. The pitch to Cardinal, a pitch out, no advance, and a throw to first base back in time. It's Kessinger. Time call as Jim Marshall and Cardinal want to talk things over. We were in Chicago the last time, and with Kessinger at first and Cardinal up. They had words on a play similar to that. Cardinal threw his bat at the ball and hollered something to Kessinger like he missed the sign, and Kessinger hollered something and said, "Why don't you find out what the signs are?" They were arguing at long distance. But Cardinal and Jim Marshall trying to get things organized here and still talking. Finally, they part company. Cubs lead 1-0. Jose didn't start last night, but he came into the game in a pinch hit role. Montreal and St. Louis, they're into the second inning, no score. The count of 1-0, and the pitch underway to Cardinal, up high, ball 2. Kirkpatrick at first, holding against Kessinger. Cardinal steps out. Wants another sign from Jim Marshall. And Stennett now wants to come in and talk to Jerry Royce. What a visit in this inning. The 2-0 pitch. The runner goes. A pitch out, a throw, and they trap him off the base. He gets back to first base in time. Good play by Kessinger. Bucks pitched out on a 2-0 count, and the count goes to 3-0. He didn't get the out. As Sanguin went through to second base, but Kessinger very alertly stopped and came back to first. Well, we're in trouble here with a count of 3-0. It was a heads-up call by Sanguin. He had the right call, but the throw, the good base running really on the part of Kessinger, got him back into first base. The 3-0 pitch, foul off the side. They have a count of 2-1, so the scoreboard now correcting it. The count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. They had 3-0 on the board. We assumed that's what it was. The count, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Royce from the belt, checking Kessinger. The look over, the pitch to Cardinal, bounce to third. Hebner has it, throws on to second, the out there. Throw to first, double play. Ernie Stennett turned over the double play. And throw by Ritchie, a kind of a sinker down around the knees, but Rennie came up with it and made the out at second and threw on to first for the double play. 5-4-3 on the double play. That takes care of the error. Nobody on, and it brings up Bill Madlock. He popped up to Rennie Stennett to open the second inning. This fella, a rookie season, hitting at .315. 9 home runs, 52 RBIs, and he's been playing with an injured ankle for the most part of the season, but has really, for the first time, they say, gotten healthy the last 3 or 4 weeks. Has moved his average over 300. Right-handed batter, stockily built, changeup up high, ball 1. Somebody tried to figure out who he resembled, and Blake Cullen, traveling secretary for the Cubs, likened him a bit to Jim Ray Harden, formerly was with the Giants. The 1-0 pitch, jammed him, and it's fouled off the third base side. 1 ball and 1 strike. Cool evening, the temperature at game time, 50 degrees, and big full moon is dipping over the horizon, left field. The 1-1 pitch by Royce. High pop-up into shallow left field. Scargill will drift under it to get the out. That'll retire Madlock and the Cubs in the 4th inning. No runs, no hits, 1 error, nobody left. And we'll go to the bottom of the 4th inning. The Cubs out in front, 1-0. Yeah, the Pirates in the 4th inning, down by a run, will send up some big left-handed sticks against Tom Dettori, Hebner, Oliver, and Scargill. And these are the guys now that have to start doing something against Dettori. As I said, comes a bit sidearm or 3/4. It's much easier for left-handers to pick up a pitch like that. Ritchie flied to center field as Dettori moved the ball in on his fists and got him to pop into shallow center field in the 1st inning. Pirates haven't done much run scoring for Royce in his last 4 ball games, including this one. He's scored only 3 runs in 34 innings for Jerry. Not ready to break loose for him. Ritchie, sitting on 18 home runs, has driven in 67. Loops one into shallow left center field. Cardinal coming on will make the grab. That'll retire Hebner. First ball hitting, Ritchie hops into left center field. And that'll bring up Al Oliver. Rice was shut out by John Matlack after he had pitched a very long ball game against the Cardinals here, losing 2-1. The only run we got was in the opening inning in a 13-inning ball game. And we only got 2 runs for him in the last ball game in New York City when he won 2-1. The Tories pitches up high on Al. Ball 1. Cardinals failed to score in the second inning. No score into the bottom of the second. Gibson against Mike Torrey. The 1-0 pitch by Torrey. Bunted off the third baseline, and it should be a base hit. Torrey picks up, throws, not in time. Base hit. Worth a try, I'll tell you, the way Torrey's going. That's the first hit. Matlock was very deep at third base, and Oliver just took advantage of it, laid it down the third baseline, and that'll bring up Starger with a runner on base. Very heads-up bit of hitting by Al Oliver. Pirates get their first hit. A bunt single by Al Oliver. Stargell walked in the second inning on a 3-1 pitch. Willie with 25 home runs, 96 RBIs, trails Richie Zisk by 4 in the RBI column. Fanzone holding against Al. The pitch underway to Willie. Outside, ball 1. Stargell's knee was a bit stiff yesterday. He injured it Saturday in New York, played Sunday, and last night it bothered him quite a bit, but he says he feels much better tonight. The 1-0 pitch. Swings and misses, strike 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. They shift with Kessinger moving near the bag at second base. He's still on the third base side of the bag at second, but not too far from it. The 1-1 pitch. Swings and misses, strike 2. Torrey just overpowered him with a fastball. He came in on Willie. One thing about Torrey tonight that we've noticed, he's been ahead of every hitter. And he was not that kind of pitcher when he was up last year. Getting a bit more confidence. Oliver at first with 1 down. Cubs lead 1-0. Stargell takes the sinking fastball away, and the count 2-2. Center fielder Mundy shifted into right center field. Not excessively, though. The 2-2 pitch. He swings and misses, strike 3. No, Torrey picks up a big strikeout on the guy that I'm sure he was glad to get away from, Willie Stargell. Third strikeout. Oliver still at first base, and the Bucks struggling here against Tom Torrey. Zisk hit one off his fist into center field in the second inning. Mundy came on to make the running grab in shallow center field. 2 down, Fanzone holding against Oliver at first. The pitch, it is in there, taking strike 1. Well, hopefully Royce can keep the Cubs close here because Torrey's pitching a whale of a game here, similar to what we looked at on Sunday against Bob Apodaca. The 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2. He is just coming right after us. The only base hit, a bunt single by Oliver off the third baseline. And nothing really close to resembling a hit so far. He's been etched off. And Zisco almost went out. Checked off the curveball away. 1 ball and 2 strikes. To get a moment of glory for Tom Torrey, pitching in what is hometown country for him against the Bucks trying to win a title. Ground ball up the middle, base hit. Good pass turn. Oliver will come to third, and Zisk gets the base hit. That is a solid hit up the middle. Staring tried to get there, but couldn't cut it off, and Sagin will step in. Saggy struck out in the second inning. As Torrey threw a fastball by him. Yeah, he's a tough guy to strike out. has only struck out 27 times on the year and 589 times at bat. What he needs here is a base hit in the right field for us. The second baseman staring deep and is pinched over toward the bag at second base. Zone, I believe, is going to play halfway behind the runner. Zisk at first base, off the bag. Trying to get the attention of Jim Marshall to see where he wants him positioned. They will hold against the runner, Richie Zisk. A little bit of a gap on that right side for Sanguine if he can go that way. Outfield straight away. The pitch by Dettori, and it's inside, almost hit him, ball one. Fastball right at the bridge of the nose. Pirates with their first threat. First runner to get as far as second and third, and that's Al Oliver. Zisk on at first. Cubs lead 1-0. Montreal bats in the second, no score there. Foul back out of play by Manny in the count of 1-1. A whale of a season. The Pirates started very poorly, losing 10 of their first 12 ball games, and at one time 14 games under 500 and 9 games out. But they have turned things around with some solid hitting in the second half of the year. Hopefully it'll come back here in these final two games. The 1-1 pitch. Sanguine, a high chopper, tough play. Matlock has to wait for it. He can't see it. No play at first. We get a run. Ball gets away from Van Zone. Sanguine holds at first base, moving to third, Richie Zisk. We got a break on that one. A high hopping ball off the plate. Bill Matlock, the third baseman, had a chance to field the ball. He looked up and all he saw was a bank of lights. He lost it in the lights. The shortstop, Kessinger, had to make the play, and his throw was not in time to get Sanguine. It pulled the first baseman off the bag, and the error allows Zisk to move over to third base. And the error goes to the shortstop. Sanguine gets an RBI. We're tied 1-1. And Kirkpatrick now, the base hit, can put us out in front. 3 singles in the inning. And the third hit of the ball game against Dettori. One of them a solid base hit. The other a bunt, and that one an infield single. High fly, foul out of play. Down the right field line. Kirkpatrick took his shot, but get out in front too quickly. That ball, if it's fair, it's well out of here. But it was very much foul. And over the Pirate bullpen. Tie game, 1-1. With Zisk at third, Sanguine at first, 2 down. The pitch to Kirkpatrick. Fly ball, right field, base hit. It's down into the corner. It's off the wall. It's a double for Stewart. Sanguine comes around third. They're going to wave him in. There's going to be a play at the plate. He is safe. Kirkpatrick brings the sparse crowd up to their feet. He rifled a shot off the wall in right field. It wasn't fair by much more than 2 or 3 feet, but it hit halfway up the wall. Zisk, of course, scored easily from third. Sanguine had to run, and he turned it on when he came around third. Sparing had a shot at home plate, but Sanguine beat the play, and the Pirates lead 3-1. Tavares up. That is the 4th hit of the inning, 3 in a row here to go along with the error. And the Bucks have taken the lead 3-1. Ken Frayling, a left-hander, loosens in the Cub bullpen. Curveball hangs inside on Tavares. Ball 1. Jerry Morales, the right fielder, very shallow, similar to what the Dodgers, when they're in here, play against Tavares. The center fielder, however, Rick Mundy, rather deep. The 1-0 pitch to Frank, inside with a fastball, ball 2. 2 balls and no strike. You know, very quickly, the Pirates were struggling to get something going. Oliver got some hope with a bunt. Then he struck out Stargell, but Zisk singled up the middle. Sanguine. We got a break on his ball. An infield single to score a run, and Kirkpatrick took advantage of that, rifling a double off the wall in right field. Dettori finds the plate with the strike on Tavares. 2 balls and a strike on Frankie. The 2-1 delivery. And it is jammed right back to the mound. Didn't want to hit that ball. Tried to get away from it. Check swing and hit it right back to Detroit. But the Pirates score 3 runs. On 4 hits, 1 error. We strand a runner. And after 4, the Pirates have taken the lead 3-1.
If you're enough of a baseball fan to listen to the games on the radio, chances are you're more than just a baseball fan. You're a sports fan. And more than likely a beer fan, too. Because nothing goes better with sports than an ice-cold beer. And that's why the folks at Iron City have come out with a sensational new package that gives you the best of both. It's the half-case sports pack of Iron City beer. 12 12-ounce cans of rich, hearty, thirst-beating Iron City beer in one convenient, easy-to-carry package. But these are no ordinary cans. They're special sports cans featuring highlights and championships from football, hockey, basketball, golf, and, of course, baseball. For a real sports fan, there's no other package like it. And for a real beer drinker, there's no other beer with the rewarding flavor and special tang of Iron City. So don't miss out on this great sports package and great beer pleasure. Stop in your favorite tavern and pick up Iron City beer in the new half-case sports pack. Then sit back and pour on that iron.
Yeah, the Panagram question out in center field was the longest home run ever hit, 563 feet by Mickey Mantle in 1953 at the old Senators ballpark. Never did tell you who threw that pitch. That's something worthy of mentioning. If you were pitcher and threw that one, you got to be ready to say, I threw that. Now the Bucks lead 3-1. We got a big break on the ball hit by St. Gian that got us a tying run in. It hit so high that Madlock, the third baseman, couldn't pick it out of the bank of lights. And then Kirkpatrick really made them pay with a ringing double. Cardinals in Montreal, no score. They're batting in the bottom of the second in Montreal. Gibson against Torres. Atlanta leads Cincinnati 4-0 after 3.5. Jerry Morales stepping in. And once again, here's Bob Prince.
Okay, Nellie, nice going. As Morales has tripled and scored, swings one down to first, a fair ball. Diving, Kirkpatrick can't get it. Coming up fast, Richie Zesk on his way to second is Morales, and he's leading a charmed life up there at the dish. That'll bring up Fanzone, who brought him in with a sacrifice fly back in the second inning.
I think Royce and Kirkpatrick weren't too sure about that call, about it being fair, but not too much of an argument.
No, I tell you, from my vantage point here, though, I felt the ball bounced in front of the bag and went over. And Kirkpatrick diving for the ball just missed it and remained in fair territory. Curve down inside to Fanzone.
This type hits annoy pitchers. The right-handed batter going the opposite way like that, and really not trying to hit that way.
1-0. Hard smack, got through for a base hit. It held up Morales, so, and he can't score. So they got runners on the corners, nobody out. Morales had the hole for fear Tavares would field it. That'll bring up Swisher, strikeout victim. What we need right now is a double dip. Let's see how we're going to play our infield. We're back at double play depth to Swisher, strikeout victim in the second inning. Foul back. And we're starting to get Larry Demery up for our Buccos in the bullpen. The best of the Chester Engineers group here, as they refer to themselves. Nothing in one count here to Swisher, right-hand batter. Runners at first and third, nobody out. Time called by the plate umpire, Shag Crawford. Pirates lead 3-1, but the Cubs here in the fifth threaten. All right, ready? 0-1 curve underneath, 1-1.
George Mitterwald's coming in. You remember George Mitterwald and Jerry the first game?
1 ball and 1 strike. Pitch to Swisher. Popped him up, and that's what we had to have. And Tavares getting under. 1 out. Boy, he ran that ball in on him good there. Now the second baseman due up, sparing, but let's see what the mad magician of Mr. Marshall's going to do. Jim played with us for a year, went over, played in Japan. He's been around a while. He's been renewed as the manager of the Cubbies in 75. He's going to hit for sparing. Looks like it's going to be Mitterwald.
It is.
He's a catcher.
He had a season against us in one game there, I think, didn't he? 3 home runs, 8 RBIs.
Yeah. And that's about the last he did anything about it. And he almost got a home run. He was going for the record.
That's right.
We're listening Pizarro with Demery. Dr. Feingold's given me enough medicine, Nellie, to open up my own apothecary shop. He said if you're going to have pneumonia, you might as well walk around with it.
Pass it on. Huh?
That's what I got. Now, I can't pass what I got on. I can
just keep it for yourself.
Just keep it to myself and walk around with it.
Nice of you to be selfish like that with that.
Well, I don't want to give it to you, partner. Okay, let's get this guy out. He's hitting at 252. High fly, shallow center. Going back to Veras. Oliver's going to call him off. That's the way it should be done, and that'll hold him. That's it. He fires it in. Veras didn't want to take that ball because he had been going away from the infield. And they're going to bat Vittori now. And I got to say something, Mr. Royce, in a spot with runners at first and third, has come with nothing but blazing heat.
This fellow's not a bad hitter, as he proved the last time up. He got a curveball hit, and Jerry didn't get it down, and Stennett made a whale of a play to rob him of a base hit.
No, Tom likes his cuts. First, I want to say Tom's from Cannonsburg.
He is.
He is, isn't he? Prairie Como country. Among others.
Cannon McMillan.
Swing and a miss, strike one. No balls and a strike. Swing and a miss, strike two. We lead 3-1, and Royce is smelling money.
More runs than Royce has had in 3 ball games, isn't it?
Yeah, I hope he knows what to do with it.
Looks like he's trying to find out.
Well, I'll tell you something. He's all business out on that mound. No balls, 2 strikes. He's all business anytime. Here's the pitch. High for a ball. Jerry doesn't like to be around people that smoke cigarettes. He doesn't make any bones about that. If he's in a position where he can logically ask you not to smoke before him, he will. If he's riding with you in your car and you smoke, he'll say nothing. But if you are the other way, here's a 1-2 pitch. Whoop, outside, 2-2. And that's his prerogative. He's a highly intelligent young man. 2-2 to Dittori. This opened up with a double down the line at first base by Morales. And then Fanzone fortunately hit a ball just in the hole to left where they had to hold Morales up. Here's the pitch. High, ball 3. And then with runners at first and third, Swisher popped to short, and Mitterwald hitting for sparing, flied to shallow center. Now Dittori's run the count to 3-2. And here's where you got to get him, Jer, old buddy. We don't need to see Rick Mundy until the 6th inning do it. Ball 3, strike 2 to Tom Dittori, left-hand batter. And he strikes out swinging. And there is some fine pitching. No runs and 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left. And we go to the bottom of the 5th inning, leading 3-1. Billy Grabakowitz has gone out of second base. Reggie Smith has just homered for the Cardinals in the 4th inning, and they lead 1-0. Gibson and Torres. Right now, the batter's going to be Royce, who bounced out to second base in the third inning. They're going to be around to the left here on Royce. Foul back, strike one. Just outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Royce centered in Hebner here, and the Bucks on top 3-1. Curve inside, ball 2, 2-1. Two-one pitch. Strike call on the corner inside, 2-2. Cardinals leading 1-0 on the home run by Reggie Smith. Here's the 2-2 delivery. And Royce hits a foul back up toward our booth, just underneath, in fact. Ball 2 and strike 2. They're around to the left. Play game tomorrow night at 7:35. This Chicago Ball Club. Here's the 2-2. And Royce goes down swinging. Vittori has his 4th strikeout. That'll bring up Stennett, who bounced out to second and struck out. Now the pitch, Rennie brushed back, ball 1. Cubs broke on top in the second when Morales triple came in on Fanzone's sacrifice fly. Stennett pops up, first baseman Fanzone drifting back, and goes out on the foul side of first base before the out. Pirates then went ahead in the 7th, 1 out. Oliver opened it up with a bunt, and with 2 out, Ziff singled up the middle. Sanguian then hit a dribbler through to drive in Oliver, and on an error, Zisk went to third, and then Kirkpatrick doubled, knocking in Zisk and Sanguian, and the lead 3-1. So here's Hebner, fly to center, fly to left. We're in the 5th inning. Foul ball. And I'll tell you one thing, Vittori's wasted no time. He's bringing it in there. Bob Addy of Washington and Red Smith, the syndicated columnist here, covering this series. Bouncer off the first base side, Fanzone, lobs it up to Vittori, the side's out. End of 5, our Bucks lead 3-1. All right, Rick Mundy standing in now with Kessinger and Cardinale. Mundy struck out, retired on a great play by Oliver in the 3rd. Pirates lead 3-1. Baltimore beat Detroit 7-6. They lead the Yankees by a game and a half. Till we find out what happens in Milwaukee tonight with the Yankees. Mundy, a left-hand batter. Takes a curve inside, ball 1. Here's the 1-0 delivery. And it's hit out into shallow right. Chiska's running very hard and runs it down. So there'll be one out to Kessinger, bounded out to second and got aboard on an error. Then was erased on a double play. New bat right-handed. They'll play him to pull. Pirates lead 3-1. It's down from Royce, fouled away by Kessinger off to the right out of play. This time his fastball moves inside, and we have a 1-ball, 1-strike count. One and two as it dropped in there. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 out and none on. Here's the 1-2 delivery. Ground ball down to short. Tavares comes up on a bad hop and throws him out. So they got 2 down to Cardinal, who fouled out to third and hit into the double play. Pirates leading 3-1 here. All right, the 0-1 now as he fouls it back. Two down, 3-1 Pittsburgh. Cardinal right-hand batter. Just outside for a ball, 1-1. There's a base hit up the middle by Cardinal. That's the 4th hit. End of 4 innings up in Montreal. 1-0 St. Louis, home run Reggie Smith. And the Dodgers scored a pair in the first inning against the Houston Astros. If they win, it's all over in the National League West. Here's Madlock. He popped up to second and he flied to left field. Holding on the runner, Cardinal. Royce goes over to first, throws it away. Getting up now is Cardinal and moving on into second. Running back quickly, Stennett to get to the ball. Now he's going to try for third. Here comes the throw to Hebner, and he's just real safe. Cardinal gets in there. There's some very alert base running by Cardinal. He went up into second, all right, and then as he saw Stennett start to run the ball up toward the infield, he just took off. And Stennett fired a bullet in there, but not quite in time, so it'll be an error charged to Royce. And Murtaugh now coming out. Just a chat there for a minute. I had the feeling they were almost going to call a balk on Royce. But if they were, they'd take the stiffer of the 2 penalties. And thus we have Cardinal on the error over at third. Matlock swings, bounces a base hit in the left side of the diamond, and Cardinal scores to make it 3-2. So that error really has hurt here. And brings up Morales with a triple and a double and a run scored. Pittsburgh leading 3-2. All this with 2 outs. So we got our work cut out for us here in the 6th. So Morales standing in. Oh, the ball gets all the way from Sanguine, and up into second goes Madlock. And it'll be a pass ball. no strikes. There's a strike, and it's 1-1. Pirates leading now, 3-2 here in the 6th inning with a runner at second, the tying run in Madlock. Royce on a 1-1 count to Jerry Morales. Has his sign from Sanguine and the 1-1 pitch. Feet off the right side, it's a foul ball this time, a ball and 2 strikes. With 2 down, Cardinal singled up the middle. And Jerry tried to pick him off and threw wildly, and Cardinal was able to get to third. And then Madlock singled to drive him in and took second on a fast ball. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. High. 2-2. Whether the run is earned or unearned is in limbo for the moment, depending on what Morales does. As of this moment, Cardinal's run is unearned. Ball 2, strike 2. 2 out, runner at second, Madlock. Pitch. And he lit up the lights on Broadway, right down the middle with it. Strikeout number 4. 1 run on 2 hits, an error. 1 left. We go to the bottom of the 6th, leading 3-2. All right, now we go to the bottom of the 6th. Oliver, Stargell, and Zisk. Oliver opened up the 4th inning just well with 1 out. He started the rally. It is starting to rain, too. And the fans are bailing out. Oliver got on the bunt. We got a legal game going. Here's the pitch. Oliver base hits into right center field. That'll bring up Stargell. He walked and struck out. Not raining that hard, but it is raining. Tom DeTore now has surrendered his 5th base hit. Infield shift is not employed against Stargell. DeTore delivery. Stargell hits it straight away, very deep. And Mundy one-hands the ball at the wall. And coming back is Oliver. And we'll pause for station identification on the Pirate Baseball Network.
All the good sports are on Pirates. Pittsburgh.
Rain coming down even harder now. And I mean pelting down with the Pirates leading 3-2. They're going to call time. They want the infield covered. And this is really roaring down here now.
Well, sorry to break into the Cardinal game, but we're ready to go at Three River Stadium once again. In the bottom of the 6th inning with the Pirates leading the Cubs 3-2, and Bob Prince and Ellie King will keep you up to date on that Cardinal game. The Cardinals are leading 2-1, and they are in the bottom of the 8th inning. Now to Bob Prince and Ellie King.
When we last left you, the situation, the Pirates have a runner at first base, Al Oliver. He's singled. Willie Stargell lined deep to center field for the only out of the inning, and that'll bring up Richie Zisk. There was no count on Richie when he was ready to step in when the rains came. Now the Bucks lead 3-2, but the big story here is a rain delay, and what it might mean to Jerry Royce, who is pitching. Tom DeTore stays in the ball game for Chicago. Royce has already finished warming, and he'll be coming on for the Bucks. Pirates got 3 runs in the 4th inning after the Cubs took a 1-0 lead in the 2nd. The Cubs came back with an unearned run in the 6th inning. Royce setting that up with a throwing error to first base. Oliver first, Fanzone holding against him. Bob Prince not feeling well, and the gunner going home a bit early with this cool weather. We'll throw it out here. Ground ball off the left side onto the left field. A base hit. Oliver holds at second base. Seeing eye base hit off the left side. It just got between Madlock and Kessinger. With a long delay, the first pitch of the ball game. After the delay, Zip gets a base hit. Ritchie is 2 for 3 on the night. The Pirates have runners at first and second. They lead 3-2, and Sanguin's the batter. Nanny got the key hit in the 4th inning with 2 outs and runners at first and third. Sanguin had a high chopping ball off the left side. Madlock had a play in the ball, but he lost it in the lights, and Kessinger had to come over and make it. He didn't get the play at first. He pulled the first baseman off the bag. Sanguin holding at first, but Zisk was able to move over to third, where Kirkpatrick then doubled and drove in both Zisk and Sanguin. Nanny 1 for 2. He struck out in the 2nd inning, his first time up. Cubs are back for 2. Only 1 out here. Sanguin hits one weakly to shortstop. Fly ball, an easy play there, an infield fly. And Oliver, having trouble getting back onto the bag, bumped there by Grabarkowitz, who has gone in at second base. Now Sanguin jammed with the pitch. Pops up, and that'll bring up Ed Kirkpatrick. His base hit has given the Bucks the margin they have right now, 3-2. He broke a 1-1 tie with that double. Just missed a home run on the first swing, foul, and got another pitch and hit it just fair, midway up the boards in right field. Kirkpatrick, with that RBI, or 2 of them, has 38 on the year. They shift a bit, pull around to right field on Spanky. The pitch by DeTore is in there, taking strike 1. They're in the bottom of the 8th inning in Montreal with a runner on and 2 down. The Expos 8th inning. Cardinals leading there 2-1. They sit here, could give us some breathing room. The 0-1 pitch, high fly to center field. Rather deep, but Mundy will make the catch. In deep center field, and DeTore gets out of it. No runs on a couple of hits. No errors. We strand 2, and we've completed 6. The Pirates lead 3-2. Pirate Baseball has been brought to you by Iron City Beer. We go to the final 3 innings. Jerry Royce protecting a 3-2 lead. And he'll go to Carmen Fanzone, Steve Swisher, the catcher, and then the second baseman, Billy Grabarkowitz. Mike Jorgensen has just hit a 2-run homer, and the Montreal Expos lead the Cardinals 3-2. Mike Jorgensen, a 2-run homer in the 8th inning, has given the Expos a 3-2 lead over the Cardinals. Fanzone takes a pitch down low, ball 1. The Cardinals are trailing into the top of the 9th inning. We lead by 3-2. Here's the pitch to Fanzone. Swings and misses, strike 1. Crowd here, slowly but surely getting the news as we get it out over the transistors here, and they'll get the message up, I guess, on the board here very shortly, and you hear a big roar. Line drive, right side, Stennett, great play. Picks it up, throws, he's got him at first. What a whale of a play by Stennett, going to his right up the middle. Looked like a sure base hit, but Rennie somehow got there, picked it off, and got him out. That's about the 3rd good play of the night by Stennett. Made an excellent play on DeTore in the 2nd inning, and also on Sperring in the 3rd. Swisher, the batter, 0 for 2. Right-handed batter, loops one into right field, base hit. Just over the head of Rennie, cut off down there by Zisk, and Swisher's on with a single. That'll bring up Bill Grabarkowitz. Well, the Bucks got some help from the Montreal Expos, and the Expos sure wore us out, sweeping us 3 up there. Part of that 6-game losing streak we had. That home run by Jorgensen, his 8th of the year, Bob Gibson and the Expos are out in the 8th. They lead 3-2 into the 9th inning. Dale Murray pitching for Montreal. Grabarkowitz up for his first time. The pitch underway, takes a curve, blown away, ball 1. Well, a Pirate win and a Cardinal loss. I don't have to tell you what tomorrow means. But we've got some baseball still to play here. 1 down. Bucks back for 2 here. Fastball inside on Grabarkowitz. The count of 2-0. He started the season with the Philadelphia Phillies. And, of course, formerly had been with the Dodgers. He's sitting at 231 overall and has hit 2 home runs, driven in 14. Billy Grabarkowitz, time called. He wants to talk things over with his manager and third base coach, Jim Marshall. The 2-0 pitch to Grabarkowitz inside, and the ball gets away from Sanguin. No advance by Swisher, and the count of 3-0. Royce having to contend with a 39-minute delay here in the 6th inning because of the rain. And it could have an effect. The Pirates are loosening Hernandez and Justy. But 3-0 pitch, he is in there with a strike. Grabarkowitz taking all the way. A couple of 3-2 scores in big games in the Eastern Division. The Expos leading the Cardinals and the Pirates leading the Cubs. The 3-1 pitch by Royce. He lost him, ball 4. That, I believe, will be all for Tom DeTore. They're going to pinch hit. There it is on the board now. Jorgensen a home run with 1 on to give Montreal a 3-2 lead. That, I believe, will be all for Tom DeTore. They're going to pinch hit. There it is on the board now. Jorgensen a home run with 1 on to give Montreal a 3-2 lead. The pinch hitter is going to be Billy Williams. Jim Marshall playing his ace card right here. A single by Swisher after a great play by Stennett. Took a base hit away from Fanzone. A walk to Grabarkowitz. That, by the way, is the first walk issued by Royce. Williams started the game the other night, last night. Had a base hit off Bruce Keeson his first time up. Came on to score a run. Billy batting at .278. Good power hitter, 16 home runs, 66 RBI. We need to vacuum the Hoover job. 1 down, the runner's lead. Fastball right there, strike 1. The Montreal Expos have beaten the St. Louis Cardinals 3-2. The Expos have beaten the Cardinals 3-2. That game is over in Montreal. Fly ball, left center field. It's in the gap. Stargell giving chase. He can't get it. 1 run is in. Grabarkowitz is coming around third. There's a play at the plate. He is safe. It's a tie game. No, they have scored 2. They lead 4-3. Billy Williams goes to the opposite field. Stargell made a valiant attempt to get it. And the Cubs have taken the lead here by the score of 4-3. Swisher and Grabarkowitz both scoring easily. The throw by Tavares sailed off on the first base side of home plate. And then at second base, Billy Williams, they're going to pinch run for him, I believe. But he has done us in with a pinch hit double, and the Bucks have really been plagued with pinch hitters in the month of September. I don't think we've gotten half of them out. They got to be hitting over 600 with pinch hitters against the Bucks in September. But it's a big game here. Royce leads, and he is the pitcher of record. He's on the hook for it here, as Williams drives him into left center field for 2 RBIs, and the Cubs take the lead 4-3. And that puts DeTore in the ballgame as the pitcher of record for Chicago. I think Ken Frayling had been loosening. Whether he's going to come on, we don't know. We're still trying to take a peek down to see who we're going to get. It's going to be left-hander Ramon Hernandez to come on and pitch to Rick Mundy. Well, the good news out of Montreal was kind of short-lived here. As soon as it was announced here, as we got it, Williams doubles into left center field, and the Cubs take the lead. Now, this thing's still very much alive for both the Cardinals and the Pirates. The log on Jerry Royce, and there's no doubt that the rain delay had to have some effect on him. The only out he's gotten so far in this inning was a great play by Stennett, robbing Fanzone of a base hit up the middle. So Jerry goes 6 1/3 innings. He's been tagged for 7 hits. He struck out 3, and he walked 1, and that run, by the way, is the go-ahead run of the ball game. Grabarkowitz coming around to score on the ringing double by Billy Williams in the left center field. They have a pinch runner at second base, and we'll try to spot who it is. Number 34, and that's Ray Burris, a pitcher. Bucks have 3 more innings to go here to do some run scoring. They trail by a run 4-3, but still some punch coming up for the Cubs in Monday to go against left-hander Ramon Hernandez. There's no secret that Hernandez is not crazy about cold weather pitching coming from Puerto Rico, but when you get down to games like this, you forget about your native land and everything. You just got to get out and do some chunking. And Hernandez has won 4 and lost 2. This is his 57th appearance, all in relief, of course. And he's had a couple of saves. He's not worried about a save right now. He's going to try to get Mundy out and Kessinger and give the Bucks a chance to get going against the oncoming pitcher for Chicago. Vittori out of the game, and also Jerry Royce. They're loosening Dave LaRoche, who's been a good pitcher for them. He beat the Cardinals the game in Chicago. And I think Oscar Zamora also throwing. The runner at second, Burris. The Cubs lead 4-3, only 1 out. Mundy the batter. The pitch by Hernandez in there at the knees, a fastball, strike 1. Burris leading from second. Hernandez takes a look back there. The pitch underway to Mundy. He's right there again. Strike 2. 2 fastballs right on the outside part of the plate at the knees on Mundy. He looked at both of them. Mundy has a good eye. Has a lot of walks. But Hernandez right on top of him quickly. With a count of 0-2, Justy throwing in the Pirates bullpen along with Jim Minchell. Well, look at second base. The 0-2 pitch by Ramon, a curve in the dirt, walked nicely by Sanguillen. The Montreal Expos have beaten St. Louis 3-2, in case you're just joining us, in a home run by Mike Jorgensen in the bottom of the 8th inning. But we trail 4-3 in the top of the 7th. The pitch by Hernandez underway, and it is low and outside, ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The attendance here tonight, 13,301. The rain delay lasted 39 minutes in the 6th inning. The 2-2 pitch by Hernandez. Line drive, left field, base hit. Burris rounding third. They're going to send him in. Here's a throw by Stargell. It is on time. He's out at the plate. Great throw by Stargell, nailing Burris at the plate. Well, you talk about Willie Stargell and you think of home runs and RBIs. But Willie likes to talk about things that he can do well, and he just did one of them very well. He took his time, got a clean feel to the ball, and he split the plate a la Roberto Clemente with that throw. Mundy gets a single, moves to second on the play, and Burris is out at the plate. 7-2. Very big play. 2 down. Still a 1-run lead for Chicago, 4-3. And Kessinger now will step in for his fourth time. He's 0 for 3. He got on a throwing error by Hebner in the fourth and then quickly was erased on a double play ball. Mundy went right to left field on Hernandez on that 2-2 pitch. Well, look at second base, and Hernandez steps off. Wants another sign from Sanguian. Mundy with a big lead back there. The pitch underway, and it's down at the knees, but too low. Ball one. Cubs will score a run, and they have against the Pirates, and what we've got to do is do some run scoring of our own. Dave LaRoche appears to be the oncoming pitcher. He continues to throw in the Cub bullpen. Crowd's coming alive here. Mundy, a pickoff play at second base, and he didn't throw. He had the play there, but for some reason, Hernandez just stepped out. Tavares broke very quickly, but Ramon hesitated too long and just went back and nonchalantly picked up the rosin bat. Mundy has a big, big lead there. Hernandez peeking at second base and fakes the throw back there. Stepping out, Don Kessinger. A little war of nerves here between Ramon Hernandez and Don Mundy. Rick Mundy. The 1-0 pitch. In there, right at the belt buckle, taken by Kessinger. He gave way on that pitch. Looked back into the eyes of Shag Crawford. Hernandez's fastball backed up on the inside corner. And that one did, according to Crawford. Kessinger didn't seem to agree. Rick Mundy at second base. 2 down, the 1-1 pitch. Pops him up foul, but it's out of play behind home plate. Pirates in the bottom of the 7th inning are at the number 8 spot in the batting lineup, so quite possibly Hernandez just on to work this inning, and maybe Justy will come on. But Billy Williams came in to pinch hit, and for the umpteenth time. This is October, but carryover in September. Pinch hitters have been hurting us. The 1-2 pitch. Fastball away, and he just missed. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Cubs took a 1-0 lead. The Pirates scored 3 in the 4th to take a 3-1 lead. The Cubs have come right back to take the lead 4-3. Pitch underway. He is just outside, ball 3. Rick Kessinger started to swing and almost fell over looking at that pitch. Checking off the pitch in the full count of 3-2. The on-deck batter is Jose Cardinal. What a race this has been in 74. Mundy leads from second. The 3-2 pitch to Kessinger. Fly ball right field. Tough play giving chase to Zisk, and he can't get it. It's a base hit. 1 run in all the way to the wall. Kessinger's got a triple. They may try to wave him in. They're going to wave him. They're going to hold him at third base. Right down the line with him was Marshall. Zisk couldn't get to that ball, and Hernandez is tagged for a triple by Kessinger, and the Cubs now lead 5-3. Yeah, the big news out of Montreal has turned sour down here as the Bucks are missing a golden opportunity with its Cubs scoring 3 times chasing Royce and wrapping Hernandez here for a single. The only out he's gotten has been at the plate on a fine throw by Stargell, and that's going to be all for Ramon Hernandez. Justy will come on to pitch to Jose Cardinal. Kessinger's RBI, his 42nd of the year. I guess the only salvation about this thing is the Cardinals have already lost, so we've got a chance to win still. Their chances are all gone. They've got 9 big outs to go. Hernandez leaves, and Justy will come on to pitch to Jose Cardinal. Ramon has a rough time of it here tonight. Tagged for 2 hits. He got 1 out on the single left field. A good throw by Stargell. No strikeouts and no walks. Now, while Justy comes on, we have the opportunity here. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Pirate Baseball Network.
All the good sports are on Pirates. Pittsburgh. For the Pirates, number 46, Jim Mitchell coming in to pitch.
Jim Mitchell. Well, the new pitcher is not going to be Dave Jesky. It's going to be Jim Minchell. As we mentioned, the pitcher will be batting second in the Pirates' seventh inning. Hernandez failing here in this bit in the seventh inning. Mundy with a single, Kessinger with a triple. He departs. The log on Royce is completed, by the way. He has given up 4 runs. Hernandez charged with that 1 run. Mundy scoring on the triple by Kessinger. And, of course, responsible for Don Kessinger at third base. Mitchell's record is 0-1. He was a losing pitcher in that wild 13-12 ball game out in St. Louis, although he pitched very well. He came on and was a victim of the throwing error. And then the sacrifice fly by Dwyer got in the 13th run of the ball game. The Cardinals winning that big ball game 13-12. So he'll face Jose Cardinal. He's from Kentucky, a big fella, 6'5", 6'6", played some high school basketball with the great Boston Celtics star, Dave Cowens. He was with Charleston this past season and had his first really big successful season in high classification baseball. He's got a good arm. Remember Kenny Reitz talking about this fella when he struck him out that night in that wild ball game. He said, I'll tell you, that guy's fastball is pretty live. Minchell to face Jose Cardinal with the Cubs with a 3-run seventh inning chasing Royce and Hernandez here. Still, we're trying to get that final out here at third base, Don Kessinger. Cardinal has had a single that came in the 6th inning, and he scored on Royce's throwing error, set that one up after he had him at first base with 2 down, threw over and threw wide. He went to third, and he scored on a single. And the pitch in at the knees, taken, strike 1. This big guy has committed some big ball games late in the season. The 0-1 pitch, Cardinal fouls back onto the screen, the count of 0-2. Pirates loosening Larry Demery and also Jesky. But as we mentioned, the pitcher will be the second batter to come up in the 7th inning. The Pirates down by 2 runs. They're forced to go to pinch hitting. The count of 0-2. The pitch to Cardinal. He is right there, strike 3. Well, Mitchell comes on to get the final out. The Cubs, however, take the lead, scoring 3 runs on 4 hits. No errors, 1 left. And we'll go to the bottom of the 7th inning. The Cubs out in front, 5-3. Well, the pitcher is going to be Oscar Zamora with a 2-run lead, 5-3 for Chicago. Tom DeTore is a pitcher of record now. He has a chance to win this ball game should the Cubs go on to maintain this margin. He won 6 innings, gave up 6 hits, 3 runs. He struck out 4, and he walked 1. Zamora will face Paul Popovich as Murtaugh going to the bench. Will pinch hit for Tavares. Waiting on deck, Big Dave Parker. Zamora started the season with Denver, and he was 7-5 down there. With the Cubs, he is 3-9. He's been a pretty good relief pitcher. He's saved 10 ball games, more than anybody in the Cubs staff. Popovich pinch hitting, batting at .210. Former Cub. Pitch underway by Zamora. It's down low, ball 1. Zamora throws an off-speed pitch, either a forked ball or the palm ball. Not an overpowering pitcher. Keeps you off balance with a lot of different speeds. Pops foul, Popovich does. And it's back out of play. The count of 1-1 on Paul. The gunner, Bob Prince, not feeling well tonight and had to leave during that rain delay. Nothing serious, but Bob down with a bit of a chest cold or something. Wise to get away from this rather wet, cold evening. The pitch by Zamora. Fly ball, right field. Back is Morales on the warning track. He can't get it. It's over his head. Popovich is in at second with a double. He's going to come to third. There's a play there. Here's the throw. Not in time. Triple. Popovich. I'll tell you, that ball fooled me, and I think it fooled the right fielder, Jerry Morales, because it took him a long time to get back there. Looked like a fly ball, a lazy one to right field, but it was hit much better than I anticipated, and a lot better than Jerry Morales did, too. He never got his hands on the ball. It bounced on the warning track right at the base of the wall, and we've got a big runner at third base, and Dave Parker stepping in. Popovich leaves and gets a standing ovation. Paul's got to enjoy that one, being greeted as he goes into the dugout. Former Cub Jim Marshall wants to come out to the mound to talk to Zamora. They have a couple of pitchers going in the Cubs bullpen. As we mentioned, Dave LaRoche was one of them before, and Marshall's made a lot of changes. Also throwing down there, number 39, Jim Todd, a right-hander. And they want the left-hander to come on and pitch here. Now, Marshall has probably made more pitching changes in a very brief span of 2 or 3 months as a manager than most guys will make in 2 or 3 years. But he's been trying to find somebody that can do the job from the bullpen. And the fella coming on, as the Cardinals will tell you, probably been the most successful one for them, Dave LaRoche. He'll face Dave Parker, who was announced for Jim Menschel. We're loosening Dave Jussie in our bullpen, so Zamora faces one batter, and he gives up a triple and departs. He didn't retire anybody. LaRoche, the left-hander, comes on to do the pitching. He had been with Minnesota last year, had kind of an off season, and a matter of fact, the start of this season, he was sent down to the minor leagues, but came back, and I think his first appearance was in relief here and pitched 3 or 4 good innings. He's 6'2", 195-pounder. He was acquired for Billy Hands and Joe Decker from Minnesota in the fall of 1972. He has also pitched at California. He has a major league total coming into this year of 18-10, and so far this year even on the season at 5-5 with 5 saves. He will face Dave Parker, who will stay in the ballgame. The Cubs will play the infield back. They'll give up the run here with Augustine pinch running for Paul Popovich at third. Parker hitting at 296. And 286, 4 home runs, 20. Wild pitch back to the screen. Augustine scores. It's a 5-4 ball game. Dave LaRoche's first pitch was a curveball, and it bounced right on top of the plate. Almost went up on top of the screen, kicked off the screen, and no play at the plate at all. Augustine scores. That run, of course, charged to Zamora. And now LaRoche can wind up. Nobody on base, and a wild pitch scores a run. Now the Bucks are right back into it. Nobody out, nobody on, and we've got a run in. Cubs lead 5-4. Here's a pitch to Parker. It is on the corner, taking strike one. Fastball by LaRoche. The Cardinals have been beaten 3-2, but the Cubs lead here 5-4. Parker loops to left field, but it hangs up. Cardinal will make the play. One down. Pretty well hit ball by Dave, going to the opposite field. Stennett hitless on the night, 0 for 3. Stepping in. He's been shut out in the last 2 ball games. In with 194 hits on the season. Looked like he was a sure pop to get 200 the way things were going for him in that New York series. But he's tailed off in the last 2 or 3 games. Facing LaRoche for his first look at him. 5-4, Cubs lead. Pirates 7th inning. A fastball just inside, ball 1. Stennett, in case you're thinking about it, has hit 7 home runs. The 1-0 pitch. Rounds it weakly off the left side. Tough play. Kissinger in. Bare hand throws. He didn't get him. Stennett beats the play. weakly hit ball. LaRoche actually broke his bat as he sawed him off inside. It just got by the mound. And when it got past the pitcher, LaRoche, you knew that Stennett had a good chance to beat the play. He did. Good try by Kessinger, who barehanded and threw and almost nailed him at first base. Well, the Bucks get the tying run on with one down and Hebner, the batter, to face Dave LaRoche. The pitchers of record in this game currently, Tom DeTore and Jerry Royce. They have departed, however. Hebner 0 for 3. Fly to center, fly to left, and bounced out to first. Throw to first, sent it back in time. The look at first, the pitch underway to Ritchie, just outside, ball one. Hebner's been through this thing before. Oliver's been through it before. Stargell's been through it before. Sanguine's been through it before. And Rennie Stennett has too. Stennett was probably one of the key guys in our big victory in 1971 when the Cardinals made a big run at the Pirates that year, got to within 4, but Stennett got the hot bat and carried us for about 3 or 4 weeks. Murtaugh picked Pagan for the World Series in place of him, and he got a big hit that won it in the 7th game. But Rennie had a part in that one. Throw to first, Rennie's back in time. I understand we've joined the network in KMOX. The 1-0 pitch, ground ball, weakly to first. Fanzone gets the out at second base. The throw to first, and not in time. Hebner beating the play there. But again, LaRoche came in on the fifth, and I think broke the bat of Hebner, hit weakly to Fanzone. He got the easy out at second base. 3-6 on Stennett. Hebner on at first on the force play. And now Oliver will step in. He got the Bucks going in the 4th inning after DeTore had not given a hit through 3 1/3. He opened up with a bunt off the third base side with the third baseman Madlock deep, laid it down perfectly. Stargell then struck out. Zisk got a single. Sanguine with a high chopper in the infield that Madlock lost in the lights. Drove in a run with an infield single. And then Kirkpatrick doubled off the boards in right field to make it a 3-1 game. But the Cubs scored an unearned run in the 6th, and they shelled Royce and Hernandez in the 7th to score 3 times before Minchell got the final out. 5-4, Chicago leading. Oliver takes a strike. LaRoche with Minnesota had a .284 earned run average and pitched very well in relief 2 years ago in '72. The Cubs wanted a good short relief man. He didn't fare well last year. Curveball, swing and a miss, strike 2. Well, you think they don't play hard in baseball. There are no easy ball games. The Cardinals can tell you that about Montreal. We can too, and we're finding it out with Chicago here tonight. Last night, the same story. We won by just a run, 2-1. The 0-2 pitch, Oliver started to go, but checked off. Curveball moved outside, a ball and 2 straight. Fans here during the 39-minute rain delay were listening to the Cardinal broadcast. The 1-2 pitch to Oliver, ground ball left side, and it's on to the left field. Hebner will hold at second base, just past the diving Bill Madlock in the hole at shortstop. That'll bring up big Willie Stargell. That hit is a third by Oliver in 4 times at bat. Second hit off LaRoche. The Pirates have picked up 1 run in this inning very quickly on a triple by Popovich, pinch hitting off Oscar Zamora over the head of Morales. And then he scored on or Augustine, pinch running scored on a wild pitch by LaRoche, his first pitch. Now Stargell now with a base hit here can tie it up for the Pirates. And if he gets one of his long ones, they can move out in front. But he's facing a tough left-hander in Dave LaRoche. Willie 0 for 2. The pitch by LaRoche. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Stargell's been plagued with a bad knee since Saturday's ball game in New York, but continues to play, and it's most noticeable when he swings. He just doesn't seem to have that same freedom. Hebner at second base is the tying run. The Cubs lead 5-4, 7th inning. Willie swings and misses strike two. LaRoche just overpowered him. Willie getting out of there and having trouble as he tries to swing. You can see him flexing that left knee. Zisk is on deck, but LaRoche is only one pitch away from getting Willie out. Stards now to guard the plate. The 0-2 pitch. It is in the dirt and a good save by young Steve Swisher. Almost a wild pitch. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Willie. Mario Mendoza loosening in the Pirate bullpen. He'll be coming on at shortstop. Dave Parker also going down to loosen. "5-4, Cubs lead. The count 1-2, and the pitch, he struck him out. Willie goes down swinging. We score 1 run on 3 hits, no errors, but a wild pitch, and leave 2 on the bases. Then we've completed 7, and the Cubs lead 5-4. Baseball now will be brought to you by Joy, nature's high-protein food for dogs. Higher in protein, and it still costs less than most other brands. Well, the Pirates go to their 4th pitcher of the night in a very big ball game with the Cardinals losing in Montreal on a home run by Mike Jorgensen in the bottom of the 8th inning with a runner on off Bob Gibson, winning it 3-2. But the Cubs lead here 5-4 as we go to the 8th inning. Justice replacing Jim Minchell. Dave's record, 6 wins, 5 defeats. He has saved 12 ball games. Dave Parker will bat 9th. Justy is in the ballgame, replacing Willie Stargell in the lineup as manager Danny Murtaugh moving the lineup around a bit. Justy will bat 4th and do the pitching. Parker stays in the game. He will bat 9th. Mendoza goes to shortstop, and I would assume he'll be batting in Tavares' spot. That's the only one vacant. With those changes for the Bucks in left field, Parker at shortstop, Mendoza, and doing the pitching, Dave Justy. The leadoff batter is Bill Madlock, right-handed batter who has had a single in 3 at-bats. He singled a drive and a run in the 6th inning off Royce. The pitch by Justy, and it is in there now, too low, ball 1. Palm ball. The windup on the 1-0 pitch by Dave. It is down low, a breaking ball, ball 2. This is the first appearance for Justy since that long ball game in St. Louis. He didn't work in the New York series. A 2-0 pitch by Dave. He's outside, ball 3. Crowd getting a bit restless. This season has been one of the most up and down emotional seasons that I can ever recall running through. Bob Prince has been through 27 of them, said the same thing. 3-0 pitch, he's in there with a strike. Madlock taken all away. But it's going to go down to the final day of the season as it did last year. The 3-1 pitch by Justy. Line drive, left field. Parker going back. He misplayed the ball, stumbles. He dropped it. It's off the wall, and Madlock's in at second base. He's going to try for 3. No, he'll hold there. Parker misplayed the ball. He went to his left, circled around, came back to his right, had the ball in his glove, dropped it, and it's ruled a double. But Dave just misplayed the ball out in left field. The ball was well hit, but it was catchable. Well, the Los Angeles Dodgers have captured the Western Division title as Cincinnati was beaten by Buzz Capper 7-1 in Atlanta. And the Dodgers will be in the championship playoff series for the National League, whether it's going to be here or in St. Louis. They still haven't determined that. The Cardinals have lost. The Pirates are losing here. And it's going to be wound up tomorrow. A win by the Bucks here would clinch a tie. But we're in trouble. The runner at second base, Morales, the batter. He's had a triple, a double, and a strikeout in 3 at-bats. The pitch by Justy, it's bunted, and he takes a strike 1. Missed the bunt. An opening double by Bill Madlock as Dave Parker misplaying the ball out there. The official score, ruling a double. We're down by a run, 5-4. Justy with a lot of time here between pitches finally gets the sign. Morales was bunting. He isn't now. Bounces off the right side, and it's a tough play. Shoveling on to Justy, the out at third, but the runner moves over. The out at first, rather, but the runner moves over to third. 3-1 on the out on Morales, moving Madlock over to third base, and Carmen Fanzone is to be the batter. This guy has hurt the Bucks. He's only hitting 151, but hit a pinch hit home run in Chicago against us. Hit a sacrifice fly to drive and run in the second inning, singled in the fifth, and was robbed of a base hit in a good fielding play by Stennett in the seventh inning. Justy needs a strikeout here. The infield comes up for the play at the plate against Fanzone, a right-handed batter. The pitch by Justy, low and away, ball one. The Cubs, with 3 runs in the seventh inning, chase Royce and Hernandez after a long rain delay and have taken the lead 5-4 after the Pirates led 3-2. The pitch by Justy, right there, taking strike one. Breaking ball by Justy on the corner. Fanzone's a right-handed batter. Jim Marshall flashing aside from third. Pirates have the infield up. Hebner, Mendoza, Stennett, and Kirkpatrick. Third to first. One down. The 1-1 pitch. Up high, ball two. Cubs have been a good run-scoring ball club here late in the season. And Madlock is one of the key reasons. The 2-1 pitch. Right there, strike two. Breaking ball by Justy, just threaded the corner on the outside part of the plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Justy needs a strikeout. The on-deck batter is Steve Swisher, the catcher. The infield up. Time called as Fanzone stepping out. Justy continues to work from the stretch with the runner at third. The count of 2-2 and the pitch underway. Swing and a miss, strike three. Justy picks up a very, very big strikeout. He is 1 out away from getting out of this thing with a runner at third. Following the double, he's got to face Steve Swisher, who's single, to start all the agony for Royce in that seventh inning. Steve Swisher. The pitch by Justy. Up high, ball one. The infield deepens with 2 down here, and the Cub 8s, they lead 5-4. Breaking ball just away. Ball 2. The on-deck batter, Bill Grabarkowitz. Justy doing some landscaping on the mound. Gets into that familiar pose. The windup in the 2-0 pitch underway. Swing and a miss, strike one. Fastball. Dave that time went to his first really good fastball here in this inning. Worked breaking balls to Carmen Fanzone, but threw the fastball by him. The 2-1 pitch underway, and it is swing and a miss, strike two. Justy's been through this thing before since 1970. Every year he's been right on the line with it. 70, 71, 72, 73, and again in 74. It's a different game late in the season. The count of 2-2 on right-handed hitting Swisher. The pitch underway. Pops him up in the infield. Playable. Kirkpatrick calling for it. The first baseman makes the play, and Justy gets out of it. No runs, 1 hit. No errors, 1 left. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th. The Cubs lead it 5-4. The final innings of tonight's ballgame will be brought to you by your Pirate Land Chrysler Plymouth dealer, who has immediate delivery on America's #1 selling compact. Richie Zisk will lead off the 8th inning, and before he comes in, let's pause 20 seconds for our local station.
Now more than ever, the Liberty tubes are a mess. So now is the time to call on the commuter computer. If you're still trying to figure a way to and from Pittsburgh, have your employer contact the commuter computer to get you moving.
The Pirates in the 8th inning have Zisk, Sanguillen, and Kirkpatrick appears to bat against the left-hander Dave LaRoche. Zisk has had 2 hits in 3 at-bats. He got the big hit last night, a pinch hit triple that won it for the Pirates, 2-1. Here's a pitch by LaRoche, and it is a fastball away, ball 1. The windup by the left-hander LaRoche underway to Zisk, and it's in there, taking strike 1. Ken Frayling and Jim Todd. Frayling a left-hander, Todd a right-hander, throwing in the Chicago Cub bullpen. 5-4, Chicago leading in the Pirates' 8th inning. The pitch, fly ball, right field, playable. Morales will come on to make the grab. 1 down. I would imagine that Mike Jorgensen isn't the most popular National League player in St. Louis tonight. They kind of like him down here in Pittsburgh. But the Pirates are having troubles here. Try to take advantage of it as the Cubs lead 5-4. Sanguillen with a single drove in a run in the 4th inning. He's 1 for 3. Kirkpatrick on deck. LaRoche did a job on the Cardinals over the weekend, picked up the victory Saturday. Sanguillen, first ball hitting, falls back out of play. And he's trying to do it to the Bucks here on Tuesday night. The season ending tomorrow. The Dodgers already have captured the Western Division title by virtue of Cincinnati's loss tonight in Atlanta. The 0-1 pitch to Sanguillen, up high, 1 ball, 1 strike. The Yankees are trying to stay alive. They lead Milwaukee 2-0 into the bottom of the 8th inning at Milwaukee. They have to win to go into tomorrow and hope that the Orioles can lose. The 1-1 pitch. Looper into center field, base hit by Sanguillen. Fights it off the fist. That is reminiscent of 1971 in the World Series in this ballpark. And he's a tough hitter when he goes that way, off the right side or up the middle. Kirkpatrick will not bat. Bobby Robertson's coming on to hit against the left-hander, Dave LaRoche. Jim Todd, a right-hander. Ken Frayling, the left-hander, continuing to throw in the Cubs bullpen. People in St. Louis wondering where Bob Prince is here tonight. He was out earlier, but he's come down with a rather heavy cold. He departed after the long rain delay. Robertson hitting at .226, but he's had the long ball bat again this year. 15 home runs, driven in 46. As a pinch hitter, Robertson has gone 7 for 26, 1 home run. He's driven in 7 runs. Fastball away by LaRoche, ball 1. Sanguillen at first is a tying run. In a 5-4 game, the Cubs leading with 1 down in the bottom of the 8th inning. The count goes to 2-0. Robertson with those ailing knees had trouble getting away from that pitch. He takes a look at third base coach Bob Skinner on the 2-0 count. Pirates got a big home run from Richie Hebner in that New York series on a 3-0 count off Tug McGraw. The count of 2-0. Robertson most likely has the green light. The pitch, it is inside, ball 3. The on-deck batter is Mario Mendoza. Batting ninth, by the way, is not the pitcher. It is Dave Parker. Art Howe in the Pirate bullpen, loosening up a bit. The count of 3-0. See if a redhead has a green light on it. He takes a strike. 3 balls and a strike, Bobby. Again, steps out, looks at Skinner down at third. Crowd of just 13,000 on hand for this one. Cold night and a rain delay of some 39 minutes. Sanguin, the tying run at first. The pitch to Robertson. Fly ball, deep to left field. Going. Long gone. Home run, Robertson. Tonight up in Montreal, Mike Jorgensen, a 2-run homer, and Bobby Robertson pinch hitting deep into the seats in left field. There was no doubt about that one at all. And the Bucks lead 6-5. The crowd, as you can hear, going crazy. Mendoza, the batter, and the Pirates have come back to take the lead. This is Mendoza's first trip up. Only one out here. And the redhead, Bobby Robertson, does his thing. Fastball inside, ball 1. That is the second pinch hit home run by Robertson. And he has driven in 9 runs with pinch hit. What a ball game. The Bucks win this one. They clinch a tie for the Eastern Division title. The 1-0 pitch. Down low. Ball 2. Robertson, unbelievable statistics. 54 hits, 48 RBI. That's getting production. And Murtaugh dipped into the big bag that he has and came out with a right bat. 16th home run, his 48th RBI, Robertson. And that's going to be the biggest one of the year. The 2-0 pitch by LaRoche. It is in there at the knees. No, too low, ball 3. Gunner will send that home run right home to you. The 3-0 pitch. He is in there, taken by Mario, strike 1. LaRoche with a 3-1 delivery. He is in there, taking strike 2. Mendoza started down to first base, threw the bat away. The pitch was inside, but LaRoche's fastball backs up. Mario generally doesn't say much, and he wasn't arguing on it. Well, the full count of 3-2. Parker waiting on deck. The Pirates have the lead, 6-5. And if you're looking ahead to the Cubs' 9th inning, I'm sure you are. Ground ball on the right side. Grabakowicz makes the play on Mendoza. That retires him 2 down. The 9th inning for the Cubs, it'll be Grabakowicz, a pinch hitter for the pitcher, and then Rick Mundy. Certainly no soft touches there. Billy Williams hit the big blow for the Cubs with a pinch hit off Royce to give them the lead at that time, 4-3. They got another base hit by Mundy and a great throw by Stargell, which turns out to be a big play in this ball game right now, and he nailed the runner, tried to score from second, Burris. But then Kessinger came up with a triple to score Mundy. But that out at the plate is a very big one. It would be a tie game right now. Parker, the batter, fly to left field when he pinch hit. Foul, back out of play, strike 1. Oh, Dettori no longer the pitcher of record in this game. Dave LaRoche on the hook for it. But the excitement of September is moved into October. Pops him up off the left side. Shortstop Don Kessinger will make the play. And that'll retire Parker and the Bucks in the 8th inning. But Bobby Robertson, with a big home run, brings the crowd up to their feet. And listen to this ovation as those Pirates take the field. for the ninth inning. The inning, 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors, nobody left. We go to the ninth, 3 outs away, and the Pirates lead 6-5. Dave Justy, under the pressure of trying to get the last 3 outs of this ball game and guarantee the Pirates a tie for the Eastern Division title. Pete Lecoq is pinch hitting for Billy Grabakowicz. Nobody has moved on deck. Rick Mundy had moved out there. The pitcher, of course, batting ninth. Lecoq, a left-handed batter, hitting at 183 since he came up, has 1 home run. He's driven an 8. The Pirates playing him straight away and deep. He's a good power hitter, a left-handed batter. The pitch by Justy, and it's underway. And it is up high, ball 1. Pirates loosen Juan Pizarro and Larry Demery. Bobby Robertson, of course, at first base, replacing Kirkpatrick. He pinch hit for him. A 1-0 pitch by Dave. He is in there, taking strike 1. This crowd will come alive on every pitch when it's a good one. 1 ball, 1 strike on Pete Lecoq, pinch hitting for Grabakowicz. The pitch underway. Palm ball, swing and a miss, strike 2. Had him way out in front. The Pirates lead 6-5 on a pinch hit home run by Bobby Robertson in the 8th inning. What a whale of a game this has been. Pirates have run through a mess of these in the last couple of weeks. The Cardinal series was great. The 1-2 pitch. Palm ball, fly ball to right field, not very deep. Zisk coming on, settling under it, pounds the glove. He's got it, going down. Rick Mundy is on deck, but stepping into bat now is Chris Ward, another left-handed batter. Ward hitting at 204, 1 home run. He's driven in 15. Chris Ward. Time call as Jim Marshall comes down to talk to Shag Crawford. Justy getting a look at guys that he hasn't seen too much of. Lecoq, now Chris Ward, left-handed batter. Mundy waiting on deck. The Pirates lead 6-5. A victory here will give the Bucks at least a tie for the Eastern Division title. A win tomorrow. If they win it here, they could wrap it up. But 2 big outs to go. Justy gets the sign from Sanguian. The pitch to Ward underway. He is up high, ball 1, a fastball. Ward has a pretty good eye. He's walked 17 times and struck out only 13. So he puts the ball in play. He's up high, ball 2. The crowd getting restless. Sanguian and Stennett also ready him to say something to Justy. The pressure of pitching the 9th inning of a ball game is big. And when you get into a game like this, only Dave Justy and guys who have been through it can tell you what it's like. You can't pass the ball off to anybody. The 2-0 pitch by Dave. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Well, he was pumping for the home run ball. He fouled it out of the glove of Sanguian. 2 balls and a strike. Justy again, walking off the mound. And kind of a trademark of his, and not quite like Alan Ravarsky, but a little bit like it. Nobody like Alan. Six-5 lead. 1 down in the Cubs' 9th inning. The Pirates out in front. The 2-1 pitch underway. And it is down low, ball 3. This kid, as I mentioned, has a good eye. He has walked more than he has struck out. And you see that in statistics sheets. You better know that a guy has a pretty good eye. Justy needs a strike. Can he get it? He didn't. He lost him, ball 4. It's only the 2nd walk of the ball game. And it brings up Rick Mundy. And I don't have to tell you what that means. He has a long ball bat. He has hit 20 home runs, more than anybody in the Cub roster. A left-handed batter to go against Justy. Oliver made a great grab on his ball in the 3rd inning, deep into left center field off Jerry Royce. We need a vacuum job and need it fast. Ward at first base, being held by Robertson. The pitch underway. Foul. Back out of play into the press box. Bill Guilfoyle. Didn't get a souvenir, but he got a bruise. Strike one. Man, you can feel the tension and the pressure building in this thing. Justy from the belt. Comes to Mundy. The pitch is a ground ball to first base. Robertson gets the out at second, and the throw to first. Not in time. 2 down. But Robertson got that lead man. That's the one he wanted, and a good throw by the redhead. That'll bring up Don Kessinger. The force play going 3-6, and Robertson made sure that he got that lead man. Time call. As Don Osborne, I believe, wants to talk to Shag Crawford or the pitcher. I think he wanted to find out if he's all right, because if Justy covered the bag at first base, this is not going to be an official visit. He wanted to find out if he's okay physically. He went to cover the bag on the throw from Mendoza. Looked like he came off the bag hard and may have twisted his ankle. I don't know. Apparently all right, but Osborne wants to make sure of that. No time to mess around. Kessinger will be the batter, and I think they're going to let him throw. And Crawford telling Jim Marshall that that is not a trip to the mound for the purpose of possibly taking out a pitcher. Well, the game of baseball, one of the charms of this thing is that the clock never runs out. And whoever devised that, Abner Doubleday or Cartwright, whoever you want to argue about, has the whale of a thing going. It's the only team sport that has it. And we're looking at it now. Throw to first, back in time. Mundy. He's the tying run at first base. 2 down. Kessinger the batter. He tripled a drive and a run in the 7th inning off Hernandez. He's batting left-handed. Pitches a ground ball out in front of the plate. Justy picks it up. He throws on to first. The Pirates put it. A big victory for the Pirates. Listen to this crowd. Dave Justy being mobbed, and this ball club has really come alive, and Bobby Robertson has run for mayor in this town right now. And the Bucks have won a mighty, mighty big ball game. The Cardinals lost 3-2. The Pirates won it 6-5.
Hi, this is your old superstar, Mean Mary Jean. And I'd like you to give a listen to some news from your Chrysler Plymouth dealer that could mean money in your pocket.
Thank you, Mary Jean. You're right. Because money is what this message is all about. Right now, it's year-end clearance time at your Chrysler Plymouth dealers. That means he's tagging every 74 car in stock with a year-end price. Year-end prices on his 8 great small car buys, including Valiants, Dusters, and Scamps, America's best-selling line of compact cars. Year-end prices on his mid-size satellites and full-size Furies and Chryslers. Prices to move them and move them out fast. Because your Chrysler Plymouth dealer knows it costs him more to keep them than to sell them. So if you have to get the most out of every dollar you spend, and who doesn't nowadays, the place to buy that new car is at your Chrysler Plymouth dealers.
You can really clean up on a great year-end deal at your Pirate Land Chrysler Plymouth dealer.
Your host has been your Pirate Land Chrysler Plymouth dealers. Well, only 13,000 people are on hand here tonight, but those 13,000 saw a whale of a ball game. The Pirates, for the 5th consecutive year, have been in an Eastern Division title race right down to the wire, and for what they hope will be the 4th year in the last 5, will capture an Eastern Division flag. They have clinched the tie tonight with a dramatic win 6-5, coming from behind with a pinch hit home run by Bobby Robertson in the 8th inning, with Manny Sanguillen on at first base off Dave LaRoche to win it 6-5. Dave Justy came on and pitched a pressure-packed 9th inning to wrap it up. He picks up the victory, and Justy's record now has moved to 7-5, and a very big win, one that he's certainly proud of tonight. Dave LaRoche, the losing pitcher, his record 5 wins and 6 defeats. The Pirates 6 runs, 11 hits, and 2 errors. The Cubs 5 runs, 10 hits, and 1 error. It was a game that was delayed because of rain in the 6th inning for 39 minutes, and that may have taken something away from Jerry Royce. He had a 3-2 lead when the rains came with the Pirates at bat. DeTore pitching well, too. Got the final out in the 6th inning. In the 7th inning for the Cubs, they went right after Royce. fan zone was out on a great play by Stennett, but Swisher singled. He walked Rabakowitz, and Billy Williams, pinch hitting, rifled the double in the left center field to give the Cubs the lead at that time, 4-3. They got another run, but a great play that really turns out to be the big play in this ballgame when you look back on it was a single by Rick Mundy with a runner at second base, Ray Burris. Willie Stargell playing in left field, and you hear a lot about Stargell's ability to hit the ball out of the park and drive and run. But he's a fine defensive outfielder, has a great arm, and his throw to the plate, split home plate, out of Roberto Clemente kind of throws, and he nailed Burris at the plate for a very, very big out. And if we don't get that out, we're still playing baseball, and who knows. But that throw by Stargell, you can put a circle around that one. It was as big as a home run by Bobby Robertson. Maybe it won't look that big, but it certainly was a very big play because Kessinger followed with a triple that gave them another run. But Minchell came on, got a very big out with a runner at third, striking out Cardinal. He did a fine job, and Justy came on in the 8th and 9th inning, gave up an opening double to Madlock. Morales moved him over to third. He struck out fan zone and got Swisher to pop up to first. And Justy did some great pitching in the 8th and 9th inning. But the big inning, of course, was the 8th inning. Well, correct me on that, the 7-2, because Paul Popovich came off the bench and tripled against his teammates to pick up a big run there. But the go-ahead run in the 8th inning sank in. After one was out, looped one into center field, fighting it off an inside pitch from LaRoche. And then Bobby Robertson pinch hitting on a 3-1 pitch, got the green light, and man, with the green light, he hit the red seats in left center field. No doubt about it at all, as the left fielder, Cardinal, just turned and looked, and the Bucks had the lead 6-5, and Justy made it stand up. I don't know how many people have been down to see a ball game this year at Three Rivers, but I'll tell you, I know what you call it fan appreciation, but maybe baseball appreciation, because you hate to harp on things like this. A lot of people say they listen to baseball, but I tell you, why don't you come out and see a ball game tomorrow? Because they can capture an Eastern Division title, and it would be the second time they've done it in this ballpark. They did it in 1970 here against the New York Mets, and they have a chance to do it tomorrow. As Jim Rooker, who has been a great pitcher all season long, gets that role, he'll be pitching against Rick Russell, and he is no easy touch at all. The big blow up in Montreal, which also came in the 8th inning, a 2-run homer by Mike Jorgensen. And I don't know, I guess we'll have to vote him in a full share or something like that if the Pirates won it. Not really. But the Pirates got some help up there, and they took advantage of it here. And it shows a lot of character with this ball club, the way they've come back this year. They were 14 games under 500, 9 games back. And I think a lot of people wrote them off, but they never wrote themselves out. I think Al Oliver put it pretty well. He said this ball...